What's going on, guys? Back again with another free pick video. This time for Thursday Night Football. We got a pretty decent game. Jets versus Houston should be an interesting one. So, got a couple free plays for you there. First things first, let's go ahead and recap last weekend for NFL. Had a pretty decent week. Won these 5 plays. So won these 5 plays and then topped it off with Monday night. Did a same game play right here for 8x. Hit that no problem. And then I forgot to update this one, but obviously you know that Russell Wilson and George Pickens hit because they hit right here. So yeah, solid 4-man plays. I'll take that all day. As far as better goes, man, super frustrating. We had this one right here. This one was the killer. This one absolutely made me sick right here. It was a 30x play. Got a little greedy with Joe Mixon right here, man. Had him at 104.5. He ended up with 102 yards, and all because of that one of those last plays. CJ Stroud pitched it to him. He caught it, and he was going to run it in. That would have set him right there, and he fumbled the ball. So not only did he fumble the ball, it took away yards. And, man, that was just brutal. But that's what you get for being greedy and taking 2 boosts. But that would have been epic. If we didn't take that, we took his normal line at like 86. We still would have hit a 20x for a nice little 400. This one, 3 out of 4 again. This Derrick Henry longest rush, I'm literally going to smash that every week that I possibly can. Like, it's just so crazy that they have it so low still. Like, he literally blows it out of the water every single week. But, yeah, I had a little better high hopes for Tua, but he didn't have a bad game. But, I mean, he just didn't do what I thought he was going to do. And then this one, man, this killed me. I actually ended up taking a kicker right here. He literally only hit this one time this season, so I took the under on 42.5, and, of course, he gets a 48-yarder. So it is what it is. Lots of close, tough losses, but that's just the name of the game. With better, they have a lot of good lines. They have a lot of good payouts. You just can't do a lot of really big correlations, so it is a little tougher. But to hit 3 out of 4 on all 3 of those, yeah, it is what it is. We'll keep pushing. So let's go ahead and get into today's free play. So this is for tomorrow. We got Houston versus the Jets. And this is an interesting game because surprisingly, Houston is the underdog and the Jets are the favorite. Not huge margins or anything, but yeah, Jets are the slight favorite, which I don't really get. Maybe it's because, they don't have Nico Collins or Stephon Diggs now. I don't know if that's why, but I just don't really see why the 2-6 Jets are the favorites over the 6-2 Houston Texans. So definitely interesting, but a lot of people are going to be nervous this week with CJ Stroud because of Stephon Diggs, because of Nico Collins. But you have to realize that was just kind of like a crazy scenario that they had all 3 of those receivers. Most teams just have a extreme wide receiver 1 and then some decent guys under him. And Tank Dell definitely has that capability to be that wide receiver 1. Even in the beginning of the season, I was kind of thinking that he was going to be close to the wide receiver 1, if not wide receiver 2. And he ended up being the wide receiver 3. So I was wrong there, but obviously he is going to be the wide receiver 1 this week with Nico Collins and Nico Collins and Stephon Diggs out. So I do feel like now, especially if they're going to say that they're the underdogs, I'm going to take the over on CJ Stroud. I mean, he's been doing pretty good lately, and I think this will be a lot more competitive matchup than we think. Do I think the Texans are going to lose to the Jets? Absolutely not. I think the Texans are going to beat the Jets, but I think it'll be about a 1-score game the entire time, and I think this will actually be pretty competitive. And honestly, I'm really hoping that the Jets can kind of, they're kind of losing, they're not getting their ass whooped or anything, but they just keep losing. So I don't know why, but I feel like now that it's Devontae Adams' 3rd game coming in here, I feel like they're going to kind of get it together a little bit, and they'll be pretty competitive. So I'm also going to take Aaron Rodgers over as well. This is just kind of like a simple play, and then I have some more with it. And then as far as receiving yards goes, I do kind of like Joe Mixon, honestly. Let's see how he's done. Yeah, so he's 3 out of 4, and especially with all those receivers gone, he could get a little of the action. And then especially with Tank Dell, he is at 57.5, which is this usual line that he's at, and it is kind of good to take him, seeing as he is going to be the wide receiver 1 this week. But Jets do have a pretty tough defense against these receivers, but Dalton Schultz is also a pretty good option. But I'm going to do multiple plays, but for this one, I am going to take Tank Dell. I'm going to hope that he kind of comes out there and shows his wide receiver 1 capability. And then as far as the Jets side, I just can't do Devontae Adams, man. Like I just can't do it until he proves himself. I mean, I thought he was going to show out in the first week with the Jets, and he got 30 yards. He did a little better last week against New England, but until he can show that he is a wide receiver that is capable of getting 100 yards and being consistent like all the other good guys, getting consistently 70, 80 yards, I just can't keep relying on him, man. So I am going to take Garrett Wilson here, 63.5. I just see it. He's been doing so much better than Devontae. So to have him only be 6-7 yards above him, then that's just a steal for me. So obviously this is a same gameplay, so it only makes it 8x. So that is a little bit of a bummer, but I will take it. I definitely like that play right there. And as far as lock that in, as far as the next play goes, I do have another one for better that I really like, and that is this one right here. So we have Joe Mixon. I took him at over 110.5 rush plus receiving. He has literally hit this. He's hit this in 4. I think he's played 5 games so far because of that injury. He's hit this in 4 out of the last 5 games, but the only time he didn't hit it was the game that he got injured and got taken out. So he is literally on track to just hit this every single week. So I definitely like that. And especially I like it with the rush plus receiving because I do think he's going to get a lot of receiving yards this game just due to lack of receiving depth. CJ Stroud, like I said, the Jets kind of have a tough defense. So I just kind of see him getting a lot of pressure. He is already getting a lot of pressure lately. I mean, his O-line is not the best. So I just see him kind of scrambling. He's hit this a bunch. And yeah, I just like it. 8.5 rushing yards. Shouldn't be too bad. The boost right here is Aaron Rodgers, 275.5. I don't care if they say that the Jets are the favorite. They're not going to be ahead by 2 scores against the Texans. Like, there's no way that they're going to be ahead by such a huge margin that they're just going to spam the run. So I think it's going to be a competitive game. I do think this is a game that maybe Devontae Adams kind of, shows his skills. So having him and Garrett Wilson out there, I do see him getting a lot of pass yards, and especially with them being behind. And then the last one, Breece Hall, longest rush. I took the under on 16.5 longest rush. He's only hit this one time this season. They have Braylon Allen. They've been using him a lot this year, the rookie. So he's been kind of taking a lot. And even Breece Hall is also getting a lot of receiving yards. I mean, even 2 games ago, he got over 100 receiving yards. So they've just been passing the ball, doing those little screen passes. So I just don't see him getting 16.5 longest rush, seeing as he's only hit it one time this week. So that is your free plays. This is on Better. I showed you that we've been getting really close to hitting these 20x plays. And the reason why I'm showing you these is because they're 3 out of 4, but these are all 20 to 30x plays. These aren't just your typical 8-man play. So it is kind of crazy that we are getting so close. It is kind of crazy that we're hitting so many boosts. I really try to focus in these boosts, and I hit a lot of the boosts. And, sometimes you just get screwed by that one, play like this. So these aren't just normal plays. So these are 20x plays. So to hit 3 out of 4 is honestly good. And we only have to hit, if you think about it, if they're 20x plays, you only have to hit 2 out of 20, and then you're profiting. So obviously the goal is to hit more. So I'm not going to give up on these. So if you want to ride these Better plays with me, download Better and use code CaliLocks right here for a $200 deposit match. And it'll give you some free squares as well. So you can either add that on here, add one of those free squares, make it a 30x, or take one of these that you don't like off, and keep that 20x. So you're going to get a lot of stuff by signing up with code CaliLocks. So make sure to do that. As far as VIP goes, you definitely saw that we are up from last weekend, and I plan to keep on pushing that into next week. We're going to go on a hot streak for sure. So this is my winnable account. This is where I post all my VIP picks. So if you want in on the action, I do have the NFL and college football season pass to get you every play I post for not only NFL, but college football as well. And then I have code week 9 right here. Going into week 9, it knocks off 75% off for the first 5 people right here. So don't be scared of that price, because it is 75% off. And I can show you the landing page over here. So this is what it'll look like for you guys. You can come over here, type in code week 9, and it literally knocks off almost $1,100. And then you get every single play for college football and NFL until past the Super Bowl. It's really good. I send out, with college and NFL combined, I send out 40 to 50 plays a week. So you're going to get a lot of action. And once we get going on this hot streak, it is going to be crazy. So like weeks 2 through 5, we absolutely crushed it. kind of had a little bit of a down play on week 6, and 7 wasn't too bad, but it wasn't the best week. And then we had a pretty good week last week. So we just got to keep on going on that hot streak and keep it pushing from there. So comes down to 362 right here. And then you can also do payment plan. So you pay $0 down, and then it's just $34 a month. Well, that's nothing when you see how much we've been profiting. So make sure to take advantage of that. And the guys, that is all I got for you today. You saw the play I locked in for you for Thursday Night Football, and then I also gave you this play as well. So make sure to lock those in. I'm giving you guys free picks every single day. I post every single day, 7 days a week. So make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future free pick videos. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.